What's going on, my Espeuté extended family? I'm Daniel Espute, and welcome to the E-Report, where I give you the ins and outs of the entertainment industry as I see it. Well, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween is around the corner, and I've already picked out my costume. What do you think? Not bad, right? Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that Halloween costumes are meant to be scary, right? Well, it's my job as the ringmaster to keep the scary things tamed and under control. Like a big hungry lion, for instance. Speaking of lion, here comes the scariest lion I've ever laid my eyes on. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my lion cub, Mason. Want to see a magic trick? Hocus pocus evanesco! I just sent him back to the land of cuteness and to get a diaper change. Anyhow, last episode we were discussing the in-development phase of making a marketable film. Let's go ahead and dive right into the next phase, which is greenlighting, or simply the process in which you receive permission to move forward with your film. The fastest way to greenlight a project is to self-fund. However, that might not always be the best option. Take it from me. Self-funding means writing a large check, and with that comes great responsibility, right? In Hollywood, typically the check will come from an executive producer or a leading filmmaker who is in an above-the-line position. But I will go ahead and assume that most of you fall into the category of an indie filmmaker. And that means that you probably carry both the responsibility of a producer and director. However, I highly suggest that you consider keeping the roles of a producer and director separate. I know that sometimes the director and producer can act like sworn enemies. The most infamous case being that of Rajshri and Bukti Sakar, who fought for 30 days straight in what one would call a beautiful dance of authority. Legend has it that the producer, Bukti Sakar, graciously defeated the director, Rajshri, in a hand-to-hand combat to win the right to cut their film budget to an amount that he deemed acceptable. My team and I have taken the initiative and actually retrieved raw footage of the fight. Viewer discretion advised. What did we just watch? Was that Esteban? Was that even the right clip? Something that has become more and more common is crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. These two ideas are similar, but not exactly the same. Crowdsourcing means reaching into your resource pool and evaluating what exactly you have at your disposal. It helps to write a story around those available resources, which can add production value for little to no cost out of pocket. But keep in mind, using something expensive or dangerous means you'll have to report that to your insurance company, which might spike the prices. Crowdsourcing is particularly helpful when there are extreme limitations on filmmaking and little to no budget. I have heard from many amateur filmmakers that CGI is always an option where there is no budget. Really? CGI? I believe these guys also felt the same way.
Drop the bomb, man!
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. CGI at its finest. Anyway, moral of the story If you want your film to get made with believable quality, then look for investors. Crowdfunding, on the other hand, is using platforms like Seed and Spark and Kickstarter to procure investors on a small scale. The downside to crowdfunding is the gambling nature of the idea, along with the time and energy spent doing a crowdfunding campaign properly. Producers, directors, and film funding advisors who have successfully funded films have mentioned to me the idea of having multiple sources of funding, one or two larger number investors, and a crowdfunding plan is usually a good way to go. However, make sure in your pitch to investors that you have multiple budgeting options. Pitch to them your large ideal budget, moderate budget, and a small budget. By providing each of these options with a detailed budget plan, shows investors you're serious about making your film, therefore gathering a higher level of respect. However, if you can find a way to hire this salesman to make a video about your film and why investors should invest in your idea, then perhaps you may not need a budget plan at all.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about Flea Market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. We got it, you need it, you'll find it. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, let's make it a dance. Come on now, to the left, to the right. Let's do this dance. Hey, to the left, to the right. Let's make this a
Oh yeah!
Flea Market, Montgomery. It's just
What market? Flea Market.
It's just like
That's right.
a mini
I like
mall.
it.
Check it out
Mall.
now. Everybody, like this now.
Make sure to do the proper market research to gauge the success and interest of other films similar to yours. Provide financial information about how much it costs to actually make the movie and the return on investment. Do the research for your potential investors. Spoon feed your investors. After all, you are asking them to write a fairly large check. If they are a reputable investor, they are more than likely being approached by countless filmmakers looking to get funding. So, my dear listeners, by spending a little more time doing research necessary, you jump to the tippy top of their pile. Show them you are determined to make this film by putting in 10% more effort and placing yourself around people who also put in an additional 10%. You'll stand out to investors. At the end of the day, the person with the best outcome usually puts in the most work, my good man. There are exceptions to every rule, but if you assume that you aren't one of those exceptions, success is all but inevitable. So this concludes the greenlighting phase of making a marketable film. In the next episode, we will discuss the final stage, which is the pre-production phase. And I hope to see a lot of my Espeuté extended family at the Countdown Lounge on October 23rd, starting at 9 p.m. at UED Studios. This will be the largest official Halloween pregame party in Gwinnett, so you definitely don't want to miss out. To find out more about Espeuté Productions and what we are doing, please like our Facebook page, and don't forget to follow me at danielespute.com. Once again, I'm Daniel Espute. And this is my little lion cub, Mason Espute. And you've just been given the E-Report.
Hey, hey, you heard me. Come shop. I said Flea Market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, living room, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about Flea Market, Montgomery.